Hello and welcome to Sports News Africa, the home of Africa's sporting conversation. Let's take a look at the stories making the headlines across the African continent. The Nigerian Football Federation signs a new partnership with Nike. And Senegal's top cycling event returns after a 5-year absence. And a treat for us all, let's speak now to the man himself. Winner of the 2014 London Marathon, Wilson Kipsang joins us via Skype from the back of a London taxi. Wilson, how has your preparation gone for this race?
Yeah, my preparation has been going on very well, and I'm feeling good and ready for the race.
Okay, this is probably unusual, but could you take us through your regular routine before a big race?
Yeah, my preparation has been going on very well. I think for the last 1 week, I had a little preparation, but because I was also preparing for my travel, travel was good, arrived here safely, and I've just been training easy and focusing so much for Sunday's race.
Okay, Wilson, this will be the first time you will run against your good friend Dennis Kimetto. How excited are you by that prospect?
Yeah, I think the competition will be good because if he's very strong the way he has been, I think it will be nice to compete with him. And I think it will really each one of us to run a good time.
Okay, without giving too much away, how will you approach the race?
My strategy will be, I think it will depend on how especially before the best makers are out, I think we shall first try to go with the schedule for the first 30 kilometers thereafter, and I think I will now try to see what are the possibilities, how the guys are handling the race from 30K, and I will try to apply my own tactics and make sure that we keep the pace high.
Okay, now do you see any world records being broken?
I'm not really very sure, but it will depend on the weather and how the guys will be ready to handle the pace.
Is the London Marathon a course you enjoy running?
Yeah, I said that I enjoy racing in London Marathon because the course is really very nice, and the presence of a strong field also is also something which makes it more interesting, and the weather is sometimes always good. It's not easy to change so much, and also the presence of big crowd cheering all along the course, it's really wonderful.
Okay, now can you pick a favourite to win out of the fantastic 4 Kenyan women?
Yeah, I think for the ladies, Mary Kaitany is the favourite. She's the favourite among the ladies' field.
Okay, now you've been vocal in criticising Athletic Kenya's handling of the suspension of Valero Sports, your management agency. How do you think they could have handled it differently?
I think at the moment it's not really very clear because it was just recently, and I was really very busy preparing to travel to London, and I've got no much information on how that issues can be really handled.
Okay, now Wilson, how much has this issue affected Kenyan athletes?
I think it has not really affected so much. It's only about the misinformation. So I think it does not really affect us so much because many of the Kenyan athletes are really free, and they are clean in the sport. So it's not something that we should really worry so much.
Okay, Wilson Kipsang, thank you for speaking to Sports News Africa, and good luck for the race. Apologies for some of the technical issues there, but he really was in the back of a London taxi. Welcome back to Sports News Africa. The Nigerian Football Federation and Nike have announced a new partnership deal that will see Nike design and develop football kits for the country's men's and women's national football teams. The deal will run until 2018. NFF President Amaju Pinnick said the deal shows Nigeria's commitment to its building for the future, as I discovered when speaking to him at the signature event. NFF and Nike officials met in London's Soho Hotel to complete the deal on Thursday after their contract with German manufacturer Adidas ended in December last year. The Nigerian Football Federation finalized a new sponsorship deal with Nike, which will see the American sportswear giant provide apparel and equipment until December 2018. According to the terms of the agreement, Nike will design performance, training apparel and equipment, including team kits and footballs, for the national football team players at every level of the game. The first Nigerian side to don the swoosh since 2003 will be the under-20 team when they compete at next month's FIFA World Youth Cup in New Zealand. President of the NFF, Amaju Pinnick, was visibly excited with the signing in what he sees to be a natural partnership between the two entities.
Yeah, I feel very fulfilled, and I feel that we didn't just go for any brand, we went for the best in the industry, and a brand that has achieved so much success in terms of partnering major national teams, and Nigeria being the biggest black nation in the world, a country that is so football friendly. First, second, third sports in Nigeria is football, and it's the only sport that unites the entire country. So, I think it's a win-win situation for Nigeria, it's a win-win situation for Nike.
Joining South Africa and Zambia as the third African nation in current partnership with Nike, Pinnick views the contract as the basis of a cultural shift in the Nigerian game.
The dream is certainly to see that we create an appreciable level of sustainable football culture in Nigeria. Not necessarily winning the Nations Cup, we want to win. We try to win. But we want to create that culture where every stadium in Nigeria will be a destination.
Time now to take a quick look at some of the other stories making the headlines across the continent. Trouble could be brewing in the Kenyan Premier League again, with AFC Leopards players reportedly threatening to boycott their clash on Saturday against Tusker. KPL leaders Gor Mahia's players are also said to be unhappy over unpaid salaries and allowances, with some players reported to being owed money dating back to December. The IAAF president Lamine Diack has been the target of a scathing attack from Sport Accord head Marius Witzer, who accuses Diack of improperly benefiting his family from his role in sport. Witzer's criticism appears to be in reference to Diack's son Papa Masata Diack, who stepped down as an IAAF marketing consultant pending investigations into ethics allegations. FAR host FUS in the Rabat derby at the weekend. FAR Rabat are currently 11th in the Moroccan Premier League, while FUS have enjoyed a more successful season thus far and are currently in 4th place, 4 points behind leaders Maghreb Tetuan. The 5th Regional All-Africa Women's Challenge Trophy gets underway at the Umeya Golf Estate in Windhoek on Monday. Defending champion South Africa will be going for a 5th victory against teams from Swaziland, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho and Botswana. The inaugural event was first held in Botswana in 2007. Cyclists from across the globe have been braving the rough terrain and scorching heat at this year's Senegal International Cycling Tour. The tour takes place in 6 stages through 6 cities, including the capital Dakar. Morocco and Gambia are among the African countries racing.
The Senegal Cycling Tour is underway, with racers from around the world joining their African counterparts in one of the African cycling calendar's most thrilling events. The tour sees cyclists traverse 6 stages, which take in the cities of Dakar, Fez, Fatick, Kaolack, Tivaouane and St. Louis. French cyclist Govan Amonek is enthusiastic about the experience.
This is my first tour of Senegal. I already did some other tours, but it's still a great adventure that is promising.
So far, the rough terrain and the heat are his main challenges.
The season started last March. The terrain, however, is rough, making it difficult. I usually slow down past 200 kilometers, but it is good so far. We are hydrated and we will eat soon, then continue with the race.
Host Senegal have 2 teams in the race, an A and a B team, alongside a 3rd selection which is a mixture of domestic and foreign cyclists. Moroccan cyclist Rahil Zouhair is a favourite to win the tour, while a number of African countries, including the Gambia, have sent teams.
Ethiopian champion Genzebe Dibaba has set her sights on greater achievements this year, with plans to shatter the 5,000 metres world indoor record. The athlete was named Sportswoman of the Year at the Laureus World Sports Awards in Shanghai, China last week, after her outstanding performances in 2014.
Newly awarded Ethiopian Sportswoman of the Year, Genzebe Dibaba, is on a mission to break the 5,000 meters indoor record. The 23-year-old will be gunning for the record this year after her 2014 performances earned her recognition and respect worldwide.
This year, in 2015, my plan is to compete on the 5,000 outdoor competition, and with the help of God, I want to finish with a time of 14:11.
On April 19th, the Larousse World Sports Awards held in Shanghai, China, named the Ethiopian runner Sportswoman of the Year. During 2014, Dibaba snipped 3 seconds off the previous 1,500-meter record, took apart the women's indoor 3,000 meters by nearly 7 seconds, and obliterated Meseret Defar's 2-mile world record by nearly 6 seconds, all in a span of 15 days.
I never thought that I would be able to win the nomination. I was very surprised the day I heard it. My family and my coach are very proud of me. I am also very happy to win it.
Dibaba happens to be sister to 3-time Olympic champion Tirunesh Dibaba and Olympic silver medalist Ejegayehu Dibaba, and cousin to former Olympic 2-time 10,000-meter gold medalist Deratu Tulu. Growing up surrounded by athletes all her life not only helped shape her career, but has provided her with plenty of support.
The year 2014 was a special one. Its memories will live with me forever. It is the year I registered remarkable results. I broke 3 world records in just 2 weeks' time. I can't explain how happy I was at that time. It is not an easy thing to break 3 world records in just 2 weeks. But with hard work, coupled with my family's and coach's support, I was able to do that, and I am happy with it.
With the Larousse Award, Dibaba joined the likes of tennis ace Novak Djokovic, who won Sportsman of the Year award, and rugby player Shock Berger, who bagged the Comeback of the Year award. She is the first Ethiopian athlete ever to have won in any category of the Larousse Awards.
You're watching Sports News Africa. The European Champions League semi-finals draw was held on Friday at UEFA's headquarters in Lyon, Switzerland. Pep Guardiola will return to face his former club Barcelona after the Catalans were paired with Bayern Munich, while holders Real Madrid were drawn against Juventus. Barcelona, who are in the last 4 for the 7th time in 8 seasons, will be at home to the Bundesliga side in the first leg on May the 6th, with a return at the Allianz Arena on May the 12th. Meanwhile, Madrid go to Italy for their first leg tie against Serie A leaders Juventus, as they look to become the first club to retain the trophy in the Champions League era. The tie is a repeat of the 1998 final, which Madrid won 1-0 in Amsterdam. Let's look at the weekend's Premier League fixtures. The lunchtime kickoff on Saturday comes from St Mary's as Southampton welcome Tottenham, followed by that relegation 6-pointer between Burnley FC and Leicester. Newcastle United at home to face Swansea City, and the Magpies will be desperate for a result, having lost their last 6 fixtures. Liverpool look to bounce back from FA Cup disappointment with the game against West Brom. Manchester City play Aston Villa. On Sunday, Northwest rivals Manchester United take on Everton, while the London derby sees Arsenal welcome Chelsea to the Emirates in a top 2 clash. And here's a look at Thursday's basketball results. LeBron James finished with 31 points and 11 rebounds for the second-seeded Cavaliers, who also took a 3-0 lead in the best-of-7 Eastern Conference Series. No NBA team has ever lost the series after winning the first 3 games. The Bulls also take a 3-0 series lead going into Game 4, as do the Golden State Warriors, who overcome a 20-point fourth-quarter deficit to beat the New Orleans Pelicans 123-119 in overtime. Well, that's the end of Sports News Africa for today. Join us again tomorrow when we will look back at the stories that have been in the news this past week. Goodbye for now.